Good day, friends. We are now going to study the subject of project management, and I am going to take you through a series of lessons to help you to understand this very important subject of project management. Let us now understand project management in context. Project management is actually a subset of management. And what is management? Management is carrying out certain activities to achieve a certain purpose. That is the meaning of management. And in management, there are three fundamental principles. Number one, management starts with planning. Then management continues into organizing. And third, management controls what is being planned and implemented. Therefore, the fundamental tenet of any management is planning, organizing and control. In project management also, we follow the same set of activities. You have the planning component, you have the organizing or implementing component, and you have the controlling or leading component. So we will now help you to understand what is project management, how is it similar to management, and how is it different from management. Please understand that project management is one of the very important aspects of general management, and all managers, whether they are doing project management or not, need to understand project management, because in any management discipline, whether you are a senior manager or a junior manager or a middle manager, in your career you will have opportunities to do projects, and understanding how projects are managed is a very important skill that you must develop as a manager. Now let's get into the topic. In this session, we will learn what is a project, what are the characteristics of a project, what are project parameters, and then we will also understand what is the difference between projects, programs and operations. What is a project? Let's try to understand this by knowing some common projects. For example, building a house, organizing a picnic, constructing a bridge, implementing an ERP program in an organization, developing a new software. All these are examples of project, and the tools and techniques of project management are applicable in all of these cases. Now, what do you think is common to all of the above? What is common to building a house, organizing a picnic, constructing a bridge, implementing an ERP program or developing a software? Is there anything at all common? They look very different to you, isn't it? But there is something common. And what is it that is common to all of the above? It is project characteristics. Each of those projects that we discussed above have a unique set of activities. Each has a specific goal. For example, in the case of an ERP software implementation, the goal is to make sure that the ERP is implemented well in the organization. Has to be completed by a specified date. If you give a contract for making a bridge, the person who gives you the contract expects it to be completed by a specified date. It has to have some standard of quality, and it requires a certain sequence of activities to be completed before the project can be said to be complete. Let's understand project parameters with this graphic. Combining all of these characteristics, we derive what is called the scope triangle. Every project needs men, material, tools, money, software, etc. These are known as resources. Every project has to be completed within a specified time. Every project has got some costs associated with it. That is, the project manager has a budget or a cost within which he has to do the project. So therefore, resources, time and costs are very important parameters of any project. Now, is there anything else in a project? Can you think of what else is missing? What is the other parameter that is very important for a project? Can you think about it? Spend a few seconds to think about it. The other important parameter is scope and quality. What do we mean by this? What we mean by this is that every project has got a defined scope. What the client expects from that particular project is the scope. It is as per a certain quality. So therefore, resources, costs and time are to be used by the project manager to deliver as per scope the project of a certain quality. Let's see an example of a typical project. This project is construction of a house, right? What is the scope and quality? The scope is, it's an example, to build a 3-bedroom, 2-story residential house on a 2,400 square foot plot with 2 balconies, 3 bathrooms, a hall, a modular kitchen. The built up area should be 3,000 square foot as per technical specifications given in a specification sheet. So as a project manager, this is the scope that you have been given by your client. The client has also told you that the budget should not exceed 1.5 crores. The client wants this project to be completed in 18 months from the start date. And what are the resources that you have? You have 1 site supervisor, 1 engineer, 10 laborers, etc., etc., etc. So this is the way in which a typical project is constructed. This is known as the project charter, in which there is a title of the project, there is a certain scope and quality desired of the project, there is a certain budget that you have to conform to, there is a time within which the project has to be delivered, and finally you have certain resources that are available to you as a project manager. Now, it's important for you to understand the difference between projects, activities, programs. All these are used interchangeably in industry, but it's important for you to understand the difference. There are some things that managers do which are known as activities, some other things that are known as projects, and certain other things that are known as programs. What are the differences? An activity is a set of steps or actions to achieve a certain purpose. For example, suppose you are working in a plant and there is a leak in a pipe. You have to repair the leak. There are certain set of activities that have to be done to repair that leak. This is known as an activity because it's one time, it's small, and it gets done and it's over. Another example is laying the foundation. Suppose you are building a house. In building a house, you have to first lay the foundation. Laying the foundation is an activity. Now, you have learnt what is an activity. Now, what is a project? A project is a series of activities. Okay, activity is what? A set of small actions. A project is a series of activities done in a coordinated way to achieve a specific goal within a specified time and cost. Example, building a house. A house will have several activities within it. Building the foundation, building the walls, plastering the walls, building the roof, painting, laying the floor. All these are activities within the overall project of building the house. There is another term that is used in industry called programs. Now, what is the difference between an activity and a project and a program? You have learnt what an activity is. It is a small series of steps to achieve a purpose. Many such activities combined together give you a project, and many such projects combined together give you a program. A program, therefore, is a group of projects managed in a coordinated way to meet a larger objective. For example, you know that building a foundation is an activity, building a wall is an activity, but building the house is a project. But developing a township becomes a program. So when you develop a township, you have several projects of houses, of roads, of schools, of hospitals. All these together give you a township. Therefore, now we have understood 3 different types of activities. One is called the activity, which is small in nature, very limited purpose. A project is larger in nature, combines several activities, and finally you have program, which is a series of projects to achieve a larger objective. So now we have understood the difference between activity, projects and programs, and we have also understood that in each of these you need to have a scope, you need to have a goal, you need to have resources, you need to work within certain time, and all of these have to be done in a coordinated manner. Project management therefore is a systematic approach to successfully complete within time and scope certain activities. It requires skills and expertise. It is different from operations or line management. What is the difference? We shall see in the next lesson. Thank you.